Hello and welcome to the online English class. And today we're gonna do the last poem of Flamingo book, that is Aunt Jennifer's Tiger. This poem is written by Adrienne Rich, and she's an American poet, essayist, and a feminist. She talks about a woman's experience in her married life, and she has tried to explore the inner feeling of a woman who is living under the dominance of man. तो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं इस पोम की समरी की. Through this poem, the poet is talking about a married woman who is Aunt Jennifer here, and she's having unpleasant experiences in her married life. यानी कि जो आंट जेनिफर है जिनके बारे में पोएट इस पोम में बात कर रही है, उनकी मैरिड लाइफ की एक्सपीरियंसेस काफ़ी बुरे हैं. शी इज scared of her husband, but her art expresses her desire to move fearlessly and proudly like tigers. वैसे तो आंट जेनिफर काफ़ी डरी हुई है, लेकिन जो उनका आर्ट है, जो वो आर्ट बना रही है, उस आर्ट में वो टाइगर्स को बना रही है. तो टाइगर्स क्या रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? ब्रेवरी, फियरलेसनेस. तो वो दिखाता है कि somewhere she also desires to be the same, fearless and brave. And now here we have some of the important words with their meanings. The first word is prance, मतलब कि पूरी भरपूर एनर्जी के साथ चलना. Then we have topaz, bright yellow in color. It's a stone. Chivalric, bold, heroic qualities. Denizen, a person, animal, or a plant that live in a particular place. Like we can say that tigers, elephants, and foxes are the denizens of the forest. Then we have fluttering. It means moving quickly through the air, like the flag is fluttering in the air. Terrified, afraid. And last one is ordeal, means unpleasant experiences. And now I start the poem. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across the screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the man beneath the tree, they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Alright, now we all know that the poet is talking about a lady, Aunt Jennifer, in the poem. And Aunt Jennifer, she is embroidering a piece of cloth. अब जो वो एम्ब्रॉयडरी कर रही है वो पैटर्न दिखा रहा है. वो किस चीज़ की एम्ब्रॉयडरी कर रही है? टाइगर्स की. एंड द टाइगर्स दे आर मूविंग एंड जंपिंग अराउंड ऑल ओवर द फैब्रिक. The tigers, the poet is describing the tigers in the first stanza, okay? And they are bright yellow in color, like the color of the topaz stone. यहाँ पर जो स्टोन है वो एक मेटाफर की तरह यूज हुआ है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर टोपाज स्टोन को कंपेयर किया है टाइगर्स के साथ. द डेंस ग्रीन फॉरेस्ट बैकग्राउंड इज देयर होम. टाइगर्स आर द डेनिजन ऑफ फॉरेस्ट. तो जो बैकग्राउंड है वो ग्रीन फॉरेस्ट है. दे आर द प्राउड and fearless citizen of the forest. And the tigers look elegant, shining, and full of the gentleman's grace. Now, here in this stanza, we find a contrast between Aunt Jennifer and her tigers. The tigers are fearless, but this lady who is embroidering them is not so. And now, the second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers, fluttering through her wool, find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. Now, in the second stanza, the poet is describing the fear of Aunt Jennifer towards her husband. She says that while she is doing embroidery, her fingers are quivering with fear of her husband. Her husband doesn't approve of her hobby of embroidery. इसीलिए आंट जेनिफर जो है वो ट्रैम्बल्स करती है while she is embroidering the piece of cloth, and it has become difficult for her to pull her needle up and down. And then she describes the wedding ring which was given by uncle to Aunt Jennifer on their wedding day. अब आंट जेनिफर को अपने हस्बैंड से इतना ज़्यादा टॉर्चर किया गया है कि वो इस वेडिंग रिंग को एक बर्डन से ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं मानती. शी सेज दैट द वेडिंग रिंग विच कुड हैव बीन अ ब्यूटिफुल गिफ्ट फॉर हर सीम्स लाइक अ बर्डन टू हर. शी हैज फेस्ड सो मैनी डिफिकल्टीज इन हर मैरिड लाइफ दैट द लिटिल रिंग इज डिस्क्राइब्ड एज अ हैवी बैंड ऑन हर ट्रेमलिंग फिंगर्स. The third stanza starts. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing proud and unafraid. So, in the last stanza, we find the comparison between the two, between Aunt Jennifer and the tigers. अब जो डिज़ाइन टाइगर्स का आंट जेनिफर बना रही है उससे वन कैन easily sense that she has a desire to get freedom from fear. Further, the poet says that it's not possible for Aunt to achieve this freedom during her lifetime. अब ये freedom उन्हें lifetime तो मिलेगी नहीं, कब मिलेगी? Only after her death. But then, the poet expresses her doubt that even after her death, the ring shall remain on her hand, meaning her husband's dominance over her is not yet over, and after her death, her desire of freedom and fearlessness shall remain alive in these tigers which she has embroidered. This is your poem. Now let's have a look at some of the very important question answers of the poem. How do Dionysus and chivalry add to our understanding of the tiger's attitude? तो Dionysus और chivalry का मीनिंग हम जान चुके हैं. Dionysus का मतलब होता है कहीं किसी पर्टिकुलर प्लेस पे रहने वाला, एंड chivalric मीन्स courageous या फिर जिसमें heroic qualities हो. तो टाइगर जो है they are the Dionysus of the world of green. They are the Dionysus of forest, and the tiger is considered very brave and courageous animal, and they are not afraid of anyone. And now the second question. Why do you think Aunt Jennifer's hands are fluttering through her wool in the second stanza? Why is she finding the needle so hard to pull? तो क्यों Aunt Jennifer के जो हाथ है वो जब वो एम्ब्रॉयडरी कर रही थी उस वक्त कांप रहे थे, और वो जो नीडल थे उनको पुल करना उन्हें इतना डिफिकल्ट क्यों लग रहा था? तो इसका आंसर है Aunt Jennifer has become so old that it appears that her fingers are trembling through wool, and she has become so weak that she even finds the needle hard to pull. तो मतलब ओल्ड और वीक हो चुकी है, इसीलिए काम करने में मुश्किल आ रही है और उनके जो फिंगर्स है वो ट्रैम्बल कर रही है. एंड द पोएट मीन्स टू से दैट अनएंडिंग हाउसहोल्ड चोर्स हैव मेड आंट वेरी वीक. मतलब कभी ना खत्म होने वाले घर के काम और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी से आंट बहुत ज़्यादा वीक हो चुकी है. And now the last question. What is suggested by the image massive weight of uncle's wedding band? Last stanza में हमने क्वेश्चन पढ़ा था, तो इसमें एक लाइन आई थी massive weight of uncle's wedding band. तो wedding band implies the wedding ring here. और ये क्या सजेस्ट करती है? The poet says that uncle's wedding band lies very heavily on Aunt Jennifer's hand. तो अंकल की जो wedding ring थी वो Aunt Jennifer की फिंगर में थी, तो बहुत ही मतलब वो उन्हें heavy लगती थी. Why? Due to the responsibilities and all that difficulties she was facing in her married life, and she has to work endlessly from morning till night and also have to bear uncle's tyranny. काम तो करना ही पड़ता था, लेकिन उसके साथ ही अंकल की टायरेनी यानी कि अंकल की जो डिक्टेटरशिप होती है, एक तरह की तानाशाही होती है, वो भी बेयर करनी पड़ती थी. Aunt Jennifer has to slavishly follow all the orders of uncle, and like a slave Aunt Jennifer वहाँ पर अंकल के साथ रहती थी. So these were some of the important questions of your poem. Now we will talk about the symbols used here. So we have two main symbols, the wedding ring and the tigers. The wedding ring is a symbol of harsh and bitter experiences of Aunt Jennifer's married life, and the tiger is a symbol of courage, honor, bravery and confidence. The tigers also symbolize creative energy of women because Aunt Jennifer is making them here, and through it the poet wants to convey the idea that the tigers symbolize creative energy of women. The tigers also represent male dominant society. The poet wants to say that the women give birth to men, but the same men tyrannize women when they grow up. So dear students, in this video we cover the word meaning, summary and analysis of the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tiger and important questions. See you in the next video. Until the next video, keep practicing, keep learning, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye and Jai Hind.